Set up where we equal. What's up, everybody, man? Appreciate y'all tuning in to the Sports Circuit. My name is James Crumble. This is my co-host Raul Martinez. Da-da-da-da-da-da. And we here, and we're gonna provide the real uncut sports information.
Yes, sir.
So listen, before we get started, I said Martinez and meant to say Melendez. My bad, y'all.
It's all good, my brother. All good.
I should know better. But anyway, check this out. How'd your bets go tonight?
Oh, that one caught my heart, bro. How you do this to me? Well, first things first, I'm gonna say, damn the 49ers for losing, and damn my Giants for winning.
Dun, 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 dun.
I'm glad that they won, but I'm pissed they messed up my parlay.
Hey, listen, that's what's crazy about it. Like, I don't. Speaking of that, hold on. Let me go ahead and provide this. Let's go ahead and provide some stats to that game. Speaking of that game,
Oh,
to be exact. Let's go ahead and provide.
killer. That's a killer.
So we're gonna. I want to talk about the Giants stats. The fact that what's the best way? I don't even know how to word this with the Giants. Like, honestly, because where does it come from?
I can't even explain it. One day they're Clark Kent. The next day they're Superman. It's just
That's what I'm saying. It's kind of crazy how they play the game. Are the Giants a good team or are they a bad team? It's hard for me to even break down if they're a bad team because they do so much good when you least expect it.
yeah, yeah. I mean, to me, the Giants are a bad team, but they play good.
Yeah. So is Tracy Morgan that good at a running back? He had 18 carries for 129 yards.
Either that or the Seahawks defense did not decide to clock in today.
He was averaging 7.2 yards a carry. He was gashing them. He was
Yeah.
absolutely gashing them.
Yep.
Darius Slayton, he's due for those big games. You know what I'm saying? 11
Yeah.
targets. 8 receptions, 122 yards. He's this is not surprising from Darius Slayton. You know, he's known to go crazy here and there, but there's really no receiving core outside of Darius Slayton.
There isn't. They're paper thin. I
Daniel Jones, you know, he threw for 257, and I think it has a lot to I think he's evolving, but we just looking over him. I think that's good for him that people are looking over the Giants.
Yeah, I think Giants are one of those teams that people always sleep on, and for some odd reason they win these big games, but then lose horrible to like an 0-17 team.
Yeah, definitely. Is Geno a problem or is Geno playing well? Because if you look at the stats, Geno's playing very well.
It's a tale of two cities, man. Because wasn't last week he played, he didn't do all that well.
No, last year he was doing well, and
Mhm.
they was on a little run. The Seahawks was a threat. How you doing?
Yeah,
Yeah, they was the threat. It's like, but Geno he was 28 for 40, 284 yards, 1 touchdown, no interceptions. He
yeah.
also had 4 carries for 72 yards on rushing.
Mm.
But his running back had 5 carries for 19 yards. They have absolutely no run game.
I think the Seahawks played to the Giants level, and that's why the Giants won this game.
That is a very good point. I don't think it was Geno's per se because he balled out. Yeah,
Yeah, he did.
I think I don't know, man. For me, DK Metcalf does not show up a lot. He's not very consistent to me.
What I noticed from DK, he plays nonchalant. Again,
Yeah.
it goes by who he's facing. If he's facing the Chiefs, you're gonna get a DK Metcalf that's gonna dominate.
Yep. Yep.
If he's facing like the Jaguars or a team under 500, it's like, okay, I'm just collecting a check because he should have destroyed the Giants today.
You're exactly right. 100% agree. Uh, I'm trying to get us perfect setup. There's there's no way that he should have not shown out on the Giants secondary.
Nope, he only had 4 receptions today, did he not? Yeah, four
Yeah.
receptions.
Yep.
Yeah,
Four receptions. 4 receptions, 55 yards, which is not abysmal. He had 7 targets. It's not abysmal, but he's is DK no longer a threat.
mm. Now he still is. I just think that he thought that he played the Giants, it was gonna be an easy night. I think that's what it is. I think he's still a threat.
Okay. Well, Giants are listen. The Giants are 2-3 in the division. The Eagles are 2-2. The Cowboys are 2-2, and the Commanders are 4-1, which is the standings for the NFC East is surprising.
Yeah,
Cowboys, I thought maybe they would do more faster.
mhm.
Commanders are looking great with their young quarterback.
Yep.
How long will it go in the season? Because usually, new quarterbacks, they'll start off strong like this, and then by the mid-season, teams will start to show their schemes that they figured out for them, and
Yeah.
then you start seeing the new quarterback struggle. Uh, the Eagles, the defense is atrocious. A lot of teams are suffering defensively now. Now.
Yeah. Offense has gone up a lot this season so far.
Yep. Yep. And the Giants are right there. Like they win a game. If they win another game and the other two lose, they in the second spot easily, and that's surprising.
It catches me off guard how good the Jalen Daniels is,
Uh,
because in the NFL you don't.
for Washington,
Yeah, because you don't see a lot of games where a team faces the Commanders twice in one season.
yeah.
So
Matter of fact, let's
every
go to
team,
the game.
yeah, every team is gonna face each other mostly one time out of the whole season. So it's gonna be really interesting, like how you said the midway point, where the Commanders are gonna stand.
Yep.
They might just go 6-1. They might just go 7-1.
Yeah, like seriously. Let's talk about Jaden Daniels first. He played a decent games, 14 to 25, 238 yards, touchdown and an interception, 85.1 QBR, which is not horrible. You got Marcus Mariota there, of course, as a mentor. He also had 11 carries
Mm,
for 82 yards
okay.
rushing. So that means he's keeping the ball a lot. And that's a good thing. He's making plays. Though could it put him in harm's way? Absolutely.
Yeah.
But he's making plays right now versus not taking what he gives him. Because and the rushing was spread it out because you had Austin Eckler, which I don't think they used enough.
They
Uh,
don't.
6 carries, 67 yards, and he's also a receiving threat. And they don't even throw it to Austin Eckler like that. He was 2 for 30, two
Mm,
receptions, 30 yards. That's 15 a clip. I don't
mm,
know why he's not getting it a lot.
yeah, that's true. I don't know either, but they barely use their the Edwards guy. They barely use him.
Yeah, you got Brian McNichols. He went for 44, 7 carries. Brian Robinson, 7 for 18. Like Terry McLaurin, receiver, he's not that much of a threat in running, but 4 receptions, 112 yards, 66. Ooh,
That Commanders team's looking good. If it keeps on, I'm kind of shocked because I thought the Eagles or the Cowboys would be first place at this time frame.
I did too.
That's what I thought, and the Giants would be in the middle of the pack, and the Commanders with a rookie quarterback would be down at the bottom. But everything's just reversed.
I think Jaden Daniels should have been a #1 pick.
Ah, his name
I
didn't hype up the way Caleb Williams did, but you're right. He definitely should have been number one pick.
Yeah, he was more NFL ready, solid.
But would
Uh,
he be doing this with the Bears though?
I think so. You think about the Bears have they have better receivers.
Oh, true, true,
I
true.
think he would be doing like it would be even crazier with the Bears.
Mm,
Uh, well, then again, you got to go with the coaching staff as well, though. That the
true.
Bears is a damned organization. The organization itself is horrible.
Yeah,
So that's probably the difference with the Bears because they don't, after 2 or 3 years, they'll make you look. Deshaun Watson was 15, 28, 125 yards, 1 touchdown.
mm,
Uh, that the rushing was decent. It was spread it out. They don't use Deontay Foreman enough either. Uh, Jerome Ford don't run him enough. Amari Cooper, he had 4 for 60, but he is washed, man.
yeah.
Amari, I don't even know how Amari still got a job in the league. And I ain't trying to knock him, but
I think it's time to hang it up.
yep. The wide receiver core for the Browns is non-existent. They are awful. The offensive line, though, let's say this: have the Browns? I think even I'm not even gonna say have the Browns given up on Deshaun. I think the day Deshaun walked in there with that guaranteed contract from the Browns, he was doomed. They
Yeah,
gave up on him instantly from there.
yeah, because they have control of him now.
Yeah, like this man literally, he come off the injury. And
Hmm.
how many times did he get sacked tonight? I heard it was 7. I'm not sure.
It was 7 actually.
7. You get sacked 7. That's unacceptable. Everybody on that offensive line should be fired. Like
Yeah, they're not gonna get rid of the offensive line. They're gonna get rid of Watson first before they get rid
yep,
of the.
yep, yep. And the thing about it is he doesn't have his #1 running back. They got rid of Kareem Hunt, didn't they?
Yeah,
Should have kept him. For what reason? I don't know why they didn't keep him. You signed Deontay Foreman and let go of Kareem Hunt, which is kind of crazy.
isn't he on the Chiefs right now? Yeah, he's on the Chiefs.
Yeah, he on the Chiefs, and so they're gonna use him quite a bit. What's up, LaKenya? What's up, Paul? What's up, Quentin?
What's up?
Um,
Let's thank you for tuning in.
absolutely. I don't get it. I just think the Browns is an organization that has sucked for a while too. Cleveland itself, hey Cleveland people, y'all gonna hate this, but y'all suck. Y'all sports suck.
Yeah,
I'm saying they not supportive. They sports program is so wishy washy. They turn on they people so fast. Look what happened when LeBron James went to Miami. They started burning jerseys. They act like this man started the Holocaust.
yep.
You know what I'm saying? Then
You
when
got
he
give that man no help at all.
hey, Paul, what's up, Rebecca? And then when he came back, They was all on his on him again, on his jock again. But they burned up his jersey. It was talking about his family. Like the city of Cleveland itself sucks. Like sports wise. I don't care how they feel about it. Hey, you heard it here first. Cleveland, y'all suck.
Wait. Cleveland fans, please understand. Yeah, sports organizations suck.
Badly. Bad. All right. So wait, I don't even want to talk about Cleveland no more. I get sick to my stomach.
Yeah.
Oh, the Cowboys and Steelers game finally started, but we'll get up on that later. So
Nah, it's not worth it. It's not worth the time, bro. Don't worry about it.
no, it's not. So the Green Bay Packers win again today. They went 1, they 3-2. The Rams, why haven't the Rams been blown up? Like they won it for since they won that Super Bowl, they have done absolutely nothing. That team literally put all their money into that Super Bowl team. Once they won, it's like everybody said, "Okay, we good. We won the Super Bowl. We don't have to do anything else."
I don't know what's going on. I don't know what's going on with the Rams, man, because I had high hopes for them this season. I
They
had them
have
going to the playoffs. I don't even see them making the playoffs this year.
I don't either. They won it 4. They ain't making the playoffs. They are what? Let me see.
I think like 2-2, 1-3.
Oh, they won it 4.
Oh,
Last place. The Seahawks are 3-2. They winning NFC West.
yeah. Oh yeah, hands down.
The Cardinals are 2-3. The 49ers are 2-3. 49ers. I got something to say about the 49ers here soon. And I don't care if Christian McCaffrey is out or not. They have too much money, too much talent on that team. I got something to say about them when we get there. But
Yes,
yeah.
sir.
Josh Jacobs, he showed up for Green Bay. He had 19 for 73 yards, a touchdown.
Mhm.
Tucker Craft, Jaden Reed, both of them had 4 receptions, 88 yards, 78 yards. Uh, they looking good. Green Bay looking good. And
Yeah.
the thing about it is even when what Jordan Love was out and they used what's his name? Uh, how you doing, Rhonda? Malik Willis. They
Mm.
still look good with Malik Willis, so that lets me know that team itself is a good team.
Aren't they a young team too?
Yeah, they're young, but they all buying in. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
they all work. Cause I mean, like I said, when Jordan Love was down, you had Malik Willis in from the Titans, and they still went like what 2-1, maybe something like
Yeah.
that.
I think it was 2-1. Yeah.
Yeah, so they that team is on the rise, man. Jordan Love is a threat, and I think that Green Bay done the best thing possible by letting Aaron Rodgers get the hell out of there. Because to
Oh
me,
yeah.
Aaron Rodgers is holding teams back. He's been doing it for a while. He won one thing with the Green Bay Packers. He's been overrated since.
Yeah. You saw what happened today in London.
Yeah, definitely. We're gonna get on that too. The Rams, though, Matthew Stafford, we all know he's gonna throw for these numbers, but he's doing there's Kyron Williams rushed 22 yards, 100 for 22 carries, 102 yards, touchdown. Uh the receiving core look good, but they're nothing. It's like low calorie yards. Like there's nothing they're doing that's making a difference.
There's no threats. There's no big yardage runs. There's no big yardage throws. Nothing. It's like they're taking bites out of apples. That's it. Bite, bite, bite. You know,
Yeah, like
it's not giving anything back.
no, and then a lot of their yards are coming from late game yardage, like trash can yardage.
Mhm.
It's not great. They're not looking great at all.
Mm.
Defensively, they're okay, but they're not. They don't the defense. They don't have the defense to make a change.
Well, the defense is only going to get you so far because at the end of the day, you have to score to win the game. It's like they're not scoring as much like they used to.
No, they're
During the
not.
Super Bowl year, they were doing 30, 45 points a game during the Super Bowl year.
That's what I'm saying. Like, do they even average like 20 now? Like they, it, it's not good for them. Like it really ain't. Like
I've seen 120-point game this season with the Rams.
and that's very well possible. I'm not even gonna lie. That's very well possible with the Rams. Rams just don't look good.
Nah.
Uh, yeah, I don't know. It's something about the Rams. I think Matthew Stafford, he's not. He's always a threat throwing the ball, but he's not a game changer anymore.
Nah, he got his ring, bro. I think that whole ego trip when him winning the Super Bowl, it gets to people. Some people don't try to improve after a Super Bowl. You know what I'm saying? They stay the same path that got them to the Super Bowl.
Yep, yep,
And I think that's what happened. He got his Super Bowl ring because he left the Lions, came to the Rams, won a Super Bowl, and now instead of him getting his players better or himself better, it's like he stood the same line thinking that he's gonna make the Super Bowl, knowing that other football teams get better every other year.
yep. I agree. Yep, that's exactly right. Then you got. Let me see. Well, I want to talk about the Bills. They lost again to the Texans.
Mm,
CJ Stroud is no joke.
yeah, he's the real deal.
But Josh Allen, this is what I hate about this mother.
You had him on your top five.
No, yeah, I did. And it's the fact that this is why I argue with so many people. And they mentally tricked me into putting them in my top 5, but I can never they need to, why don't he I'm trying to word it right. Why don't he get the same criticism as black quarterbacks?
Mm.
He was 9 for 30, 131 yards, 9 for 30.
How many
Like,
interceptions he had? Like two?
no, he ain't have no interception.
Oh
One
wow.
touchdown. His QBR was 56.4. But you had James Cook that rushed for 20, had 20 carries, 82 yards, and a touchdown. So you got some run game there. But what is what is going on? Like, I just don't understand. Like, how has Josh Allen has always underperformed to me. He can throw up calorie yards all he wants, but he has always underperformed. Like Stephon Diggs is gone, and you see just how less of a passer that he is.
Mm-hmm.
He can throw the ball a cajillion miles, but he's not a threat.
Yup.
It's it's just different to me that Lamar Jackson can throw for 250 yards and run for 100 and lose, and they still criticize his game. But Josh Allen can go 9 for 30, and you don't hear shit.
Well, I think Buffalo's probably tightening up the leash the next 2 games, maybe the next 3 games, and start saying, "Hey, listen, Josh, buddy, if you ain't gonna perform the way you're gonna perform, we're gonna throw this season out, maybe, and we're gonna go out with our backup quarterback because you're not the Josh Allen we knew when you took us to the playoffs." You
I
know what I'm
don't
saying?
I don't think that even though that'd be ideal, I don't think that they would do that to him. Only
Yeah.
because of the name that they try to save for him in the NFL. Like they want Josh Allen to, even though I put him in the top 5 because it's a forceful top 5. But they want Josh Allen to be top 5 so bad, just like Joe Burrow. Even though Joe Burrow had a good game today, it was just because the defense was that bad. But Joe Burrow and Josh Allen should be at the bottom of the top 10. With the inconsistency, the injury to Joe Burrow, always injured. Josh Allen never shows up, it seems like. Yeah, I don't know. It's something's not right.
Well, someone has to pull the plug because you can't continue playing after you done so well. What he did well last year. Now
Yeah.
this year, look what's going on. Yeah, I mean, again, I don't think it's like the players themselves. I think the franchise themselves have to take accountability for these type of actions. Someone in there is telling Josh Allen, "You are a top 3 quarterback,"
Yep.
instead of
Yep.
"You're a
Yep.
top 10 quarterback."
Yep. That's exactly right. Slang it, slang it, slang it. You exactly right. You are exactly right. Meanwhile, CJ Stroud hung 331 yards over the head. Even the Bills are still number 1 in their division, but that's because the division is that freaking
It,
horrible. You
it's
only got
hard.
the Jets at 2 and 3, the Dolphins at 2 and 3, and the Patriots at 1 and 4.
Mm.
Are the Bills a threat in the playoffs if they get in? Absolutely. But or have they ever made you think that they just by the teams that they face that were they get annihilated by?
Mm-hmm.
You know
They're
what I'm
gonna
saying?
they're gonna win the division, so they're gonna
Yep,
definitely get a playoff spot. But you're gonna face a powerhouse team.
yep,
They're gonna kick the ball right down your throat.
sure is. Sure is, definitely. Stephon Diggs, he get to get a dig back at his former team though, because he had six receptions, 82 yards.
Not bad.
Nico Collins, 2 receptions, 70 yards. Even though he went out with a hamstring, didn't come back. Hurt my fantasy, of course.
Mm.
It's always like that. But CJ Stroud is, I think he, I think he pushes Josh out top the so called top five.
Yeah, I think these. How old is Stroud? He's in his 20s, right?
Yeah, he may be 23, 22.
Well, we're seeing how the NFL is transitioning now to younger athletic quarterbacks now.
Oh, absolutely. It's about time because it was so frowned upon for so long. They want the traditional quarterback, and
Hmm.
I think somebody that helped usher it in was Mahomes and Jackson. Of course, even though they don't want Jackson to be the face, it's inevitable that it's so many kids that want to be like Lamar Jackson now.
Jackson,
I
facts.
think Lamar Jackson is more popular than Patrick Mahomes.
It is. I mean, to me, it's because he's a running quarterback. Everybody wants to be like that.
Yep,
At the same time, too, people like to be Mahomes because of the tricky throws, the sidearm gunslinging, the haircut, the all the pre rituals that he goes through. So it's basically those two setting the standards for the younger quarterbacks coming in.
yep. I would say that I think more people should try to be like Lamar versus Patrick Mahomes because Patrick Mahomes is very, very gifted with the football and the things he tries to do, and he's systemly protected. You know what I'm saying? Like Michael Vick ushered it in.
Yeah.
You know, you had Vince Youngs, you had who we have Carter. What was his name? Quarterback Carter, from the
Oh,
Vikings back in the day.
oh my God. No. Oh my God. I know you're talking about two Carter
Man,
from the Vikings.
Carter, I'm sorry, I can't remember. If anybody remember the quarterback from the Vikings back in the day, the Carter, I know his name was Carter. Please put it in the chat. Chat, we need that information, please.
Please do.
Uh,
Please do.
it wasn't. Was it Chris? No, was it Chris Carter?
No, Chris Carter's a wide receiver.
Okay, Chris Carter, wide receiver. But it was it. It was Carter though, right? Was it? I'm
Uh,
trying to think of the mobile quarterback from the Vikings back in the day. If chat help us out, somebody put it in, please.
yeah,
I,
yeah, please do. Because it's probably a name that we probably mentioned 1,000 times over and
no, no,
we
no,
can't
no.
say.
Culpepper,
Dante Culpepper.
Dante Culpepper. There it go. There it go. It was Dante Culpepper, and like I said, he was a mobile quarterback. He was a dual threat. You know, he was here and there. So it's definitely like it's been getting ushered in for a while, and it's also been getting rejected for a while. It's been getting pushed for a long time. But with the offensive defensive linemen man become faster. They went from running 6.5s to running 4.8s, 5.2, sub 5.2s.
Yeah,
You can't even the flaps used to be a big thing. The screen pass used to be a big thing. Now it's hard to even develop those screen passes because the linemen are so far out in the flaps so fast.
yeah,
The linebackers are 5.2s, sub 5.2s, like sub fives. Like they cover a lot of room now. It's hard to turn the corner, which is why Derrick Henry is such a pivotal piece. Hey, salute to Derrick Henry too for his 10,000 yards. I think he's one of 31 running backs of all time to hit 10,000 yards. And I'm gonna say something here, and y'all gonna hear it first. I don't think another running back hits 10,000 yards for a long, long time.
mm, nope.
They're not built durable anymore. Derrick Henry was built like he should have played with Emmitt Smith them.
Yeah,
He should have played it. He was built like the Jerome Bettis with a
Eddie
more
George.
Eddie George. Them. He should have played it. If you take Derrick Henry and you put him in those times, Derrick Henry's going to be a Hall of Famer anyway. He's a Hall of Famer already. He's locked.
Yeah,
But if
he's
you
a lot.
put him in those times, he would be rivaling your top 5 running backs of all time, which he's in my top 5 running backs of all time because he's doing it in a time where everybody is fast, everybody is powerful, everybody is strong. So to me, Derrick Henry he's right there. I don't even know. Give me your top 5 running backs of all time. Give me yours.
Me? Oh wow.
Come on.
Okay. Obviously, I hate to say it. Obviously, Derrick Henry's up there. This is in no particular order because I can't.
Want to put an order on it?
I cannot put an order on it because all these running backs are really good for me. You know what I'm saying? So I can't really say this one's better than that one.
All right, I got you.
So Derrick Henry's definitely up there. You got Emmitt Smith. You got Barry Sanders. You have this is my personal preference, Tiki Barber.
Oh, Tiki was a monster now. Come on now. People sleep on Tiki.
And LaDainian Tomlinson.
Oh. Yeah.
Yes,
yeah,
sir.
Listen. Ooh, that's tough.
That's why I can't put it in order because all of them were like amazing.
Yeah, you guys are great ones. For me, my top 5 running backs. And chat, we know this is going off the word, but we want to throw this out there. So we're gonna throw our top 5s out there real quick. I could even order mine, but it don't matter. But Derrick Henry's gonna be top of my list regardless. I'm a Titan fan anyway, and just watching his development come from where they almost felt like they needed to cut Derrick Henry, and then from him to go up to where he was is phenomenal. I feel like if he'd have got it, if he'd have understood from the first 2 or 3 years of his career, he'll probably be already at 13, 14,000 yards.
Yep.
Um,
Very true.
So he's in there. I'm Titan. I'm not gonna say I'm Titan biased, but I watched a lot of it. Chris Johnson.
Nice.
You know what I'm saying? The way he was doing it. I even love even though Lindell White is not in there, but that slash and dash, when they was doing slash and dash was crazy work. I love that. So I got, Derrick Henry, Chris Johnson, Bo Jackson.
Tough, rugged.
Yeah, what is the guy from the Colts back in the day?
Oh,
you know what I'm talking about.
Yes, I do. Oh my God.
Chad, I need your help. The greatest.
We need to chat up on this one because I know exactly what you're talking about, but the name is not coming out.
Indianapolis Colts. Greatest running back from Indianapolis Colts. I need it, chat. What's his name? I need it. Hey, what's up, Wilson Gale? Hey, listen. Can you look up Wilson Gale? Can you look up the greatest running back in Indianapolis Colts history, please? I need the name. Somebody look it up for me, chat. Please. I forget.
So you got 4. You got one. You got one more left.
So I got one more.
Make it a good one.
Adrian Peterson.
Tough. Like that one. That's a good pick.
Yeah, Adrian Peterson is he's the Wolverine of the NFL.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Guy from the Colts thing.
It's gonna come. It's gonna come to the chat.
I'm gonna look it up.
Marshall Faulk.
There it is. There it is.
I have to go to my memory bank.
Marshall Faulk. Is that's who it is, ain't it?
Marshall Faulk, yeah.
He also played with who else did he play with?
The Jets.
No, did he play with the Rams too?
I think he played with the Rams and the Jets.
Did he win a Super Bowl with the Rams? When it was I believe so, because he was on the front of a Madden cover.
He was a Kurt Warner.
Kurt Warner, yep. Rams, yep. There it is.
Yep. Marshall Faulk, yep, it is.
Yep. Definitely. That was you're right. So let me get into this. So anyway, y'all. So what we see now for me, uh yeah, Josh Allen, you a lower top 10 quarterback. And
Yes,
you right on the cusp of getting the hell out of there.
he's a top 10.5, bro.
Yeah, seriously. So if anybody see Josh Allen, tell us to kiss my ass.
Messing up my parlay too.
Yeah. All right. Should we even discuss the Cardinals and the 49ers?
No, I'm just at the end of the day, I get upset because the 49ers is such a great franchise. And
Oh,
yet,
we gotta discuss them. We gotta
okay. I'm gonna get this out my system.
get it out. Get it out.
They messed up my parlay. All they needed to do was win by 7 points. You had the lead. You blow it to a Cardinal team that is not even gonna sniff the playoffs, and yet you guys are such a superior franchise for God knows how long, and you guys blow a game that you should have won.
Yep, I agree on all aspects of that. Cam Newton was right. Brock Purdy is not a game changer. He is a game manager.
Yes,
If they have the lead, he is exceptional. If they are struggling, he is abysmal.
boo boo
Cam
juice.
was correct. The yardage can be there, but he does not change the game.
They need to bring Colin Kaepernick back.
Yes. I ain't even gonna front you. I believe it. If they gave up on that man so fast, man.
Mm-hmm.
They gave. I think I gave up. I've never seen a team give up on a quarterback so fast after so much success.
They didn't even give up on him. They blackballed him.
They
That's
blackballed him. Yeah.
that's not even giving up. They wanted to stay with him, but they saw what was going on outside of football. They literally blackballed that man.
I think he was playing. He was at a rough patch and playing at the time. Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Do I think he took the opportunity of what he was doing to make it bigger, make it about something bigger? Absolutely. Was he blackballed? Absolutely. Like it was obvious. It's so crazy. He was so blackballed that I don't even know why we support the NFL, but we have other people that we support in the NFL. Only thing I
Yep.
didn't only it confused me at first because I didn't like the fact that he was still trying to get in the NFL after being treated such a way. But I also understood that he became a pillar of the black community. So
Yes.
it would be a life changing if he could have worked his way back in because so many black kids and so many Hispanic kids and so many, different ethnicities, different race kids was looking at him. And that would have been something huge to look up to. You know what I'm saying?
That's, I'm upset because I know I don't want to stray off the topic of NFL because we had some great games today. Um, I get upset because the NFL could have given him an opportunity to come back,
Yeah, they
but
could.
they refused to give this man a platform to perform and speak his mind.
Yep.
Right?
Yep.
But I get angry with the 49ers have this player who is a complete opposite of Colin Kaepernick.
Yep.
Yet you promote him, you endorse him, and not one time did you guys blackball this man from the team.
Exactly.
You know
Exactly.
what I'm saying? And it's very frustrating because a lot of teams could use a Colin Kaepernick. Get him to Buffalo, and I guarantee you Buffalo will play better under Colin Kaepernick.
Oh my God, yes, because that's what they need. That you know, man, listen, Colin Kaepernick is a physical freak of nature for a quarterback.
Isn't he like 6'3"? Like
Yeah,
six
it's
three?
like he's almost on a Cam Newton. Cam Newton is huge, by the way.
Yes, like six
He's
four.
yeah, he's cut up. I heard Carolina is trying to get Cam Newton to come back. Did you see that?
Yeah, but I don't think Cam's gonna go back to
I don't,
Carolina.
I don't think he is neither. He went back to do basically like a little post, a little couple games or whatever. But I don't. He might do it just as a retirement, but I don't think he wants to play again because he is his podcast and he's doing so well.
Yeah, he don't need it.
His camps, he getting a lot of Cam Newton is responsible for getting a lot of kids in college and NFL ready. They don't want
Yep.
to see it, but he is. The fact that they treat Cam Newton like that is crazy because he brought so much money to the NFL.
Mm-hmm.
Brought so many new. I never. This man. even on his touchdowns where it was milestone touchdowns, he gave the ball away to kids.
Mm-hmm.
And his explanation was that when when they get older and they want to go to college or whatever, they can raffle the ball off or sell it off for money to help. And how do you not like that? How do you not respect that?
No, they don't.
I
They,
seen nothing Cam Newton did to make people hate him the way they do.
nah. Is that when you have a voice that's not pertaining to what they want, this is what happens.
Yeah. Yep.
You know what I'm saying? When you speak your mind, they don't all types of organizations. I'm not just saying one in particular. When you speak your mind, they don't like that. You have to follow what they want you to say. They're programming you to say what they want you to say. The
Yep.
moment you step off that line to cut, you're not going to exist in the NFL anymore.
That's true. And I think that's exactly what happened to Cam Newton.
Yep, and
They got,
Collins.
yep, and Colin Kaepernick. They got him the hell out of there because Jameis Winston is still in the league.
Mm-hmm.
And don't get me wrong, Jameis Winston is a great backup. Um, but it's a lot. Gardner Minshew is starting for a team, and you can't tell me that Cam Newton and Colin Kaepernick is not going to outplay Gardner Minshew. He is absolutely awful.
Dog water.
Yes, uh, sewage feet.
Yeah.
He is crap. He's not good. He doesn't look good. There's there's no way he's still in the league. But I understood because it was a lot of quarterbacks that had still been in the league for a lot of certain quarterbacks for a long time, and they did not deserve the roster spot.
Yeah.
You know, and this is my guy, but we can put his play compared to Cam Newton's and Colin Kaepernick's when they was pushed out of the league. But Marcus Mariota,
Mm.
do I think
Tennessee,
Mariota
Tennessee
can still make
Titans.
an impact?
Yeah.
Yes, but he's at his point right now of his career. He wasn't outplaying Cam Newton nor Colin Kaepernick on no shape, form, but he's still on the NFL roster.
And
That
he's a mid-level quarterback.
yep. I think to me, I think he's below level right now. Like I
Mm.
think the past 5 years, Mariota has dropped below level of a quarterback. Like he would be the lowest tier of a quarterback.
Gotcha.
He would be in the lowest tier of a backup quarterback, not experienced, but a
He'll
back.
be a fourth string.
Yes. Yep. 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 That's just my take on that. But you know what? Before we skip into the next game, what do we think about Kyler Murray? Is Have they hit their ceiling with Kyler Murray? Like he's not a game changer.
No.
He
No.
used to be when he was electric when he came in. James
Mm.
Conner is wasting his career in Arizona, by the way.
Yes.
Um,
I think
James
he.
Conner is
I
the
think.
equivalent.
I think he needs the demand to leave.
Yes, he's the equivalent of what was the running back from the Bengals? Joe Mixon.
Mm.
James Conner reminds me of Joe Mixon so much.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And Joe Mixon, he's gone from Cincinnati. Thank God. They wore that man in the ground.
Mm-hmm.
Like seriously. And Kyler Murray, for me, he's not changing the game. He can't make certain plays that you think he would make. However, they did beat the 40 Trashers. So it is what it is. Whatever.
Arizona Cardinals are a team. How do I explain this? It's equivalent to an NBA team right now. Let's say, for example, the Charlotte Hornets are a team where they draft players to get them better, to put them on different teams to receive draft picks in return.
Yep, yep. Hey,
Cardinals are just like that.
oh my God, that's probably the best analogy you can get for that. That is spot on, so spot on.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not even gonna front. That is so spot on. Like I couldn't have made it up better myself. For sure. That is huge. That is definitely spot on. It's so spot on it shocked me. I'm not even gonna front.
That's the first time, man. I get a point for that one.
Man, definitely. Like, I ain't gonna lie. Because, I mean, it rings true. So who we got next? Raiders and the Broncos. I want to speak on Bo Nix just to give him some a shout out.
Mm-hmm.
This game
But
is it's not worthy of too much time.
but that's it. You already said it. Bo Nix, good game. Next.
But yeah. Let's just leave it at good game, Bo Nix. Leave it. I don't want to knock him down, but good game, Bo Nix. Get the hell on.
That's it.
Colts and Jaguars.
Mm.
Good game, Trevor Lawrence.
That's it. Good game, Trevor Lawrence. Not much to say. You're gonna get stomped next week anyway.
Yeah, I do want to talk about the Bears and the Panthers though. It's not even so much about the Panthers. Yes, it is. I do have a lot to say about the Panthers as well. Listen here. Carolina, let me tell you. How you doing, Missy K? How you doing, Nicole Watson?
Welcome to the chat, everybody. Welcome to the chat.
Welcome. Well, we keep it uncut. We speak our mind. This is going to be the best sports show that's around. We're in development, and it's inevitable. I don't care what y'all say. It is inevitable.
100% facts.
So listen, Carolina Panthers. Y'all treated Bryce Young like a plague.
Mm-hmm.
You allowed him to come in the game as a rookie and get annihilated. He himself did all he could to hold his team afloat. Did he struggle? Absolutely. Did he look bad? At times. Did he have more times than it was good times? But this team itself hasn't looked good since Cam Newton has left the Carolina Panthers. You haven't had a consistent play caller, offensive or defensively. You had the coaching is awful. You haven't kept a quarterback since. So that lets me know that it is the team itself. And I haven't seen this offensive line protect anyone, not even Cam Newton, which is why his career was cut short simply because of the Carolina Panthers. Now you have Andy Dalton that comes in, and he has the first couple of games, or maybe a game that he looks good simply because he's a veteran and also because other teams could not prepare for him. Coming. Now that they've seen that Andy Dalton is the starter, it has started to look like Carolina, the old Carolina Panthers, all over again. Carolina Panthers, you suck all the way from corporate all the way down. And I'm gonna stop at the players, but I'm gonna continue to the offensive line. The offensive line, you should be fired. You suck.
Well, first things first, it didn't matter what quarterback they put in Carolina. At the end of the day, that whole program is garbage juice.
Yep, it is.
You should have left the ball in Bryce Young's hand and let him develop the 17 games.
Yep.
Because now you took his morale.
Yep.
Now when you throw him in blowout games and he messes up, that's on you guys.
Absolutely.
You can't take the ball away from a kid just 3 games into the season and then decide to put a 90-year-old Andy Dalton in the game to perform what? Y'all still lost with Andy Dalton.
Yep. Absolutely.
So what is the problem you going young and leaving Bryce Young run the offense for the 17 games? Let him mess up. Let him develop. He's the future of your franchise, and you pulled the plug on him.
And get this. They played Bryce Young tonight after they was getting blowed out. See? Andy Dalton was 18 for 28 for 136 yards with 1 interception. 61 QBR. Bryce Young was 4 for 7, 58 yards. So you more than a quarter of the yardage with less throws, and you had an 84.2 QBR. Like, you know what I mean? Like, Andy Dalton was like, he won't run the ball. He won't run out. He can't run out of the pocket. He can't do it. He's too old. You know, like you said, if y'all was gonna do this, then why didn't you start a veteran before starting Bryce Young?
Exactly.
Like you said, you broke his morale. What's up, Henny?
Welcome to the chat. Welcome to the chat.
Appreciate you, Henny. I don't know why our chats are not popping up live on the side.
It's probably they probably looking on through Facebook.
It should pop up both ways, but it's all good. It don't matter.
Now we welcome everybody. Welcome everybody. Welcome.
Yeah, we can still see you and we can still see you. I can still see you on the phone. So he say, "What's up?" So what's up with it? But the fact that it's I don't know. It's just Carolina is awful, man. It's just some teams that don't put much effort into their players. Jacksonville Jaguars, they put all that money in that year. They failed, and from that point on, they have given the least effort in the front office or on the field as to what to do. They paid Trevor Lawrence all that money, which I always thought that Trevor Lawrence was overrated. He reminds me of Sunshine from Remember the Titans. He could throw it a mile, but he can't pitch it an inch. You know what I'm saying? Um, I don't know, because if you look at Trevor Lawrence, he misses all the passes that anybody can make, but he can throw them out.
Mm.
He was protected by so much offense, and there's a ton of ability there, a ton of offensive ability there.
Yep.
But the Panthers, though, is that Deontay Johnson from Pittsburgh that they have?
I think so.
I believe it is.
I think
But
it is. Yeah.
he doesn't look good. Like you have receivers.
Mm-hmm.
You have Miles Sanders. He's a running back, but he's a dual threat running back that you can use in a multitude of ways. Like
But it's Carolina themselves, my brother. It's Carolina themselves. The whole franchise is not doing what they're supposed to do. Y'all
no,
should have kept Bryce Young, let him rock out, get these young boys in there, and then work your way up.
they had 4 fumbles tonight, by the way.
Mm.
Carolina Panthers.
Mm.
Andy Dalton had 2 fumbles and an interception. Chuba Hubert, he had a great game, but he had 1 fumble.
Mm.
And then you had another guy, Tommy Tremble, tight end. He had a fumble. Like, and it was a lot. Like, those were 2 lost fumbles. Like, what are they doing there? I don't know. You know what, Carolina, y'all get the trash player. Y'all get the trash team of the night. You
Yep.
suck.
Y'all suck. Y'all garbage.
Before we go anywhere else, I do want to give a visit to the Chicago Bears, because I know so many people are waiting to hear my take on the Bears.
Mm.
Caleb Williams, 20 for 29, 304 yards, 2 touchdowns. I'm not impressed.
Mm.
Did he keep it together? Yes, he did. But I'm not impressed because the Panthers are awful.
Yeah.
You know, you had 2 touchdowns you had 3 touchdowns given by your running back that opened the field up expedition. I mean, like not expedition, but it opened the field up like a crater. He did a great job though. Only 9 misses.
Mm.
29, 126 QBR. He did a great job getting the ball down the field. He finally started connected with DJ Moore, which I don't know why he hasn't, leaned on DJ Moore a whole lot more. Even
Yeah.
from the beginning. Cole Kmet, tight end, he gonna do his thing. He does a great job as well. But my thing is, you have Keenan Allen. He's yet to use Keenan Allen, which makes me look at Caleb Williams like he focuses on one receiver all night. I don't think he gets into his second and third, what will you call it? When hey, it's not there, it's not there, it's not like I don't
Options.
I don't think he gets into his second and third option a lot.
I don't think he's comfortable. I think he's a quarterback that if he sees one person catching the ball multiple times, he's just gonna keep on going to that route until there's no choice to go to the second or third.
Yep. He doesn't break down the routes like far as looking. I'm not impressed. Some people might be impressed by Caleb Williams. I'm one of those people that I am not. To me, I swear I always thought that dude was too cocky.
Hmm.
Uh do I think he has an upside? Possible, but he kind of reminds me of Kyler Murray.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
Uh without the
He's a little
without
bit.
being
He's a little bit okay.
without being as mobile. Kyler Murray had a better arm to me. and he had better decision making than me early on in his career. He's still solid. Kyler Murray, I think if you put him on the Bears, they're still a threat.
Mm.
How you doing, Hillary? I think that Justin Fields was a better threat for the Chicago Bears than Caleb Williams.
I'm glad he's out of there.
I am too. He saved his career.
Yup.
Caleb Williams, to me, is going to be Mitchell Trubisky.
Mm. Mm.
Mitchell Trubisky shouldn't have been that bad of a player.
Nah.
He has such an upside. But anybody get drafted to the Bears, going in the hole. I want to know, do we want to visit the Dolphins and Patriots? No.
No. Good game, Dolphins.
Yeah, good game, Dolphins. That's all I'm going to say to you. I know
Tyreek Hill, come on, bro. You gotta step it up.
Hey, this is the thing about Tyreek Hill. Is Tyreek Hill a good route runner or just a speedster at this point?
A speedster.
That's it. He was
That's
never a good route runner to me. I always told people that.
Nah. But good game, Dolphins. Y'all beat the lowly Patriots.
Okay. I'm hearing one that I wanted to. Did we get to Aaron Rodgers yet? We haven't done him yet.
No, I know you saving that for last. That's the one in the chamber for you, bro.
Yeah, look here. Aaron Rodgers. Let me tell you.
Say it.
Let me tell you something. You first of all, you awful. You mother. You
Yes.
awful.
Yes.
I don't like you for one. I don't like nothing about Aaron Rodgers. It ain't because he does what he do for himself. That's perfectly fine. If you have your own thing set up. But Aaron Rodgers, you are a team killer. And they don't give you the same criticism that they give a lot of other athletes. And
Mm-hmm.
you've been done like this for a long time. And it comes from that Green Bay tree. Any quarterback that comes from Green Bay, it doesn't matter if you're Brett Favre that sits there and takes advantage of lower class people or throws the most interceptions in NFL history. Still get put on. You have since you won your only Super Bowl. You suck. You're awful. Every team that you.
But you know.
Go ahead.
No. Go ahead. My bad.
No, you go ahead. You go ahead. I catch up on you. Don't worry. Go ahead. Get you some.
Only reason why Aaron Rodgers ain't being criticized is because he fits their narrative.
Exactly. Yep.
That's why.
That's exactly why. And that's where I was going to. He fits the narrative. His attitude stinks. The way he talks to his wide receivers, he can overthrow them by 20 yards, and he will look at his wide receivers. He was never held accountable. Your coach in Green Bay is in Dallas looking like shit. So both of you suck.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like Mike McCarthy is awful, awful coach. Y'all fit at the time together because that's a team that Brett Favre left behind that was already put together.
Yep.
Was you more talented at that time? Yes, because you was a dual threat. You could run out the pocket. So y'all won a Super Bowl. After that, you became nothing. Yeah, you had the average career of all, but you are not better than Drew Brees. Never have been. But even though they say you are, you have never been. You're not more gifted of a passer than Drew Brees. Drew Brees was doing this off injuries, and you would never hold comparison to Peyton Manning. I don't know why they even put you in that. Only person that could ever that's better than Peyton Manning to me is Tom Brady.
That's it.
And if Peyton Manning would have never had a neck injury, Tom Brady's career would not be 7 Super Bowls. I can guarantee you that.
Yep.
So for me, Aaron Rodgers, hey, y'all can quote me on this, but he is the absolute worst, one of the worst teammates I ever seen. There's no accountability for them. He's just like every person. He's almost like every person that's in a job that has a certain position, and they are never held accountable for their failures.
Yep. It was that one person you hate at work, and that's exactly what Aaron Rodgers is. That one person you hate at work.
Yep. That's exactly. He don't make other people around him better. He destroys everybody and blames everybody else. He never says, "Okay, my fault. I get better." He never does that.
Nope. This is why the Jets ain't going nowhere this season.
The Jets look worse. They look better with their backup QB.
Wasn't Sam Darnold last year, right?
No, this year. Who they was it? Who? Wait, let me see.
Was it what? No, it's not. Who? What team does Garrett Wilson play for?
Gary Wilson plays for them, but he was wide receiver. He had
Oh,
13 receptions. He was listen, this is how bad Aaron Rodgers is. Let me tell y'all. Aaron Rodgers targeted Garrett Wilson 22 times. He caught 13 for 101 yards and a touchdown. But 22 targets for a wide receiver is crazy.
yep.
That means Aaron Rodgers is no longer looking for Allen Lazard, who is automatic for him, who he played with in Green Bay and has the most chemistry with. He targeted 10 times, 4 catches. He had a touchdown, 34 yards.
That's horrible.
Aaron Rodgers targeted his tight end more than he did his number one. Well, his receiver, he has Mike Williams, 2 targets. That shows you that Aaron Rodgers no longer can survey the field.
Nope. He's done for. I just hope this is his last season because I get it, you won a Super Bowl, but you're not doing anything to help the Jets get better. You're not holding yourself accountable. You're going off of what you're telling them to do. You're not making anybody else around you better, right? I think the front office needs to say, "Yo, we don't need you no more.
Yep.
We're gonna go this route because it's not the Jets is not working. It's not working at all for the Jets."
He's holding the Jets hostage
Yep.
at this point, just like he did Green Bay. He did the same thing. Now, as for Sam Darnold, he was in New York. He was a Jet last year. No, what was it?
Yep.
Was it last?
Yeah, last year. Yeah.
And the Jets did not look good, same way they are now. But Sam Darnold goes to a new team after leaving Carolina and Jets, and he finally ends up with the Vikings with a great organization.
4-0.
They put he's what is he 4-0 or 5-0?
I think 5-0, one of those, but
He's
guess
5-0.
what? He's undefeated.
Yeah, he's 5-0. So they're 5-0. And he doesn't have to he's 14, 31, 179 yards, 1 interception. But when it counted, he made the right play. And the fact that he's not targeting one, he's
Fact.
spreading the ball out. He looks like he's comfortable now. And that's with 2 fumbles in the game. They actually should have blown water.
Yep.
Sam Darnold is not the word that I thought he was.
Yeah. He's really good.
He's really good. He's a good quarterback. Sam Darnold is ahead of Josh Allen right now in the top 10.
Mm-hmm.
For me, for sure.
I agree.
Okay, so then we can go to our last game of the night since the Dallas game is not over. We'll touch on Dallas, but this is the game I want to touch on. The Baltimore Ravens and the Cincinnati Bengals.
Best game of the night.
Yes. Hold on. So yes. What do you think? Let's get your take on it. I want to get your take. Okay.
Lamar Jackson, to me, is 1 or 1A for winning MVP this season. Enough said.
Yeah, I think he's gonna.
Enough said. Enough said. Derrick Henry is a savior for that team. Derrick Henry is a monster, and I wish they give. Do they give running backs MVP? I rarely see running backs give MVP.
Well, yeah, it's rare. I don't think that he would get it over Lamar only because
yeah, you're right. But
he started slow because they didn't know how to use it.
Yeah, but right now, to me, Lamar Jackson. If it's not Mahomes, Lamar Jackson.
He's MVP.
MVP. That's it.
This is what I'm surprised that they fail so much overlooking that. Reason why, to me, Lamar's the MVP, and he's always continued to be the MVP, is simply because Lamar does not have the receiving core that every other big name quarterback does. Joe Burrow has T. Higgins. He has Chase. Josh Allen had these. Lamar Jackson has yet to have a number one receiver, even though he made Zay Flowers.
Mm.
What? Remember when they had Hollywood Brown? You ain't heard of him since he left
That's
Baltimore.
true. That's true.
You know what I'm saying? Like Lamar Jackson makes mediocre wide receivers look great.
Mm.
Bateman should have been at this point. Bateman should have been a number one wide receiver, and Bateman is not. He can't get open on routes. He reminds me of the receiver from the Carolina Panthers that played with Cam Newton. That Cam Newton always had to throw open some kind of way. What was his name? Uh, the big dude. He ended up getting overweight.
The big white dude with the long hair.
No, the black dude with the dreads. They end up getting into it with Cam Newton. Cam Newton checked him on the middle of the field.
Oh,
Kevin Benjamin.
there
Kevin,
you go.
that's who Bateman reminds me of.
Mm.
Mark Andrews is he had a better game today and a better game last week, but he's almost a shell of himself, just like Travis Kelce to me.
Yeah.
There's only so much them tight ends can do before they get tired. But
Yeah.
the difference is Derrick Henry, because Derrick Henry only had 11 carries through the first half of the game because they started trailing, and at the last he still had maybe at 3.5 quarters he only had 11 carries, and he had 4 carries in the fourth quarter that exploded for like 50 yards.
And that overtime run that he put on.
Yeah, it was overtime. Yeah, there you go. In overtime, which is how Lamar Jackson wants to use him. Lamar Jackson, by the way, was 26 to 42, 348 yards and 4 touchdowns. Can we stop saying that this man is only a running quarterback by now?
Mm.
He was dead on 4. He matched. And then listen, Joe Burrow had 5 touchdowns, 30 for 39. But the Ravens defense is shit. It is awful. It is awful.
If it wasn't for Lamar, they would have lost this game.
Oh my God, they got blowed out. The Bengals defense is not great either.
Mm-mm.
Chase almost had 200 yards receiving. That's only off of 10 receptions.
Mm.
His longest was a 70-yard run. So even if you take his longest run out, he still gashes you for over 100 yards receiving. And T. Higgins was almost at 100 with 83.
Mm.
Both had 2 touchdowns apiece. And then Burrow, I think, had somebody else had it. And then Chase Brown had a touchdown.
Wow.
So I don't know. The defense for the Ravens have to do more. But I do think if the championship, let's see, if the Super Bowl happened today and it was Baltimore and Kansas City Chiefs, even though they both AFC. So I don't think
the Ravens will win that game.
I think the Ravens do.
It's gonna be. It depends on their defense, though.
I don't even think it's the defense. I think it's Derrick Henry.
True.
Kansas City Chiefs are not good on running defense.
Runners. Yeah.
Derrick Henry is gonna have a field day, and Lamar Jackson doesn't have to do it. That's one thing that they always lack. You can't have an excuse now. Lamar Jackson hasn't won a Super Bowl simply because Harbaugh is always outcoached in the playoffs. He gets away. You had 2 running backs and J.K. Dobbins and Gus Edwards.
Mm-hmm.
And y'all was leading and rushing with Lamar Jackson all year. And you get there in the Super Bowl and you run the ball like 10 times that game. Or the AFC Championship game, you run it 10 times. That's crazy. With Derrick Henry, there's really no excuse that you shouldn't run the ball.
Yeah.
And I think that's the difference.
Well, I would love, to me personally, I think the NFL, and I say this with every sports, I think they should change the format of playoffs. I've always think that they need a change to make the game more interesting.
Like you talking division out of the division is what you're saying. Like
no, like how you said, people will pay top-notch money if they will have the Ravens and the Chiefs in the Super Bowl.
Yeah. So that's what I was getting to. So yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like So almost like changing the conference format when it comes down to
Mm-hmm.
football. So
Yes.
play out of conference, and whoever the top teams are just plays the Super Bowl.
I just think how what they should do is take the top teams, obviously. Don't put them in an AFC or NFC format. I think you line them up as the number one team faces the bottom team, number two team versus a seven, number three versus six, number four versus five. No matter the conference.
NBA put them in an NBA format without
Yeah,
conference.
without conferences. You know how they got the Western Conference and the
Yep,
Eastern Conference.
I agree.
Do that
I
with the NFL because now you get better games
Yep,
and then you get the teams that you really want to see in the Super Bowl.
yep. And the thing about that is, you're with that format right there being used, you will also not get a continuous streak of the same teams
Yeah,
because you're gonna always have the top teams that are in the NFL that are gonna compete.
exactly.
Yeah, I think that's a great format.
Just
Yeah,
get rid of the conference altogether because it's more exciting games. Like I've always said this. This is why like I go always resort back to baseball. Baseball will always give you a different champion every year, right?
yeah.
Because every team gets better or every team gets worse, whatever may have you. But they always give you a different championship,
And
a different team.
my
Because
Chicago Cubs struggle for a long time, but we got it.
exactly, exactly. But now in the NFL, you run the same playoff format. And I think it goes for any sport that runs the same playoff format. If you want box office, if you want teams that you want to see in the finals or the Super Bowl, you might want to go a route where you eliminate conferences and let the real football teams play each other out till they get to the championship game.
Yeah, yeah. That's very acceptable. Like, y'all heard it here first, world. This We are putting it out there in the world. We're putting it in the atmosphere. We're putting it in the galaxy. So NFL, if you do adopt this format, you owe my dude Raul a shit ton of money. So let
Please
that
do.
let that be clear. Um, what do we rank Joe Burrow though? What?
Mm, he's better than Josh Allen.
Oh,
Um,
definitely. But he's not more durable.
nah. You give him a paper cut, he's out for a whole year.
And like,
Um,
yeah, yeah.
I would like to put him in the top 10. You know what? He's
He's
at the
top 10.
he's at the top 10, but he's in between probably 7 and 10.
I agree. I agree with that.
I can't put him any higher than that.
If he was more healthier, he would be higher. But I definitely put him in there because since the Super Bowl run, even then, he's yet to show me nothing. Even though it seemed like that was so scripted for them to play Kansas City in
Yep.
the Super Bowl run. You had a lot of teams injured. Um, Joe Burrow he can have a game where he throws for 150 yards, then he can have a game he throws for 400. I don't, and he has the top wide receivers in the league that's unguardable.
Yep.
I don't understand it. I really don't. But I will say that, yeah, through 7 and 10, I think, and because I think at this point right now, I think Sam Darnold is out playing. I
Yeah.
think I think Geno Smith is out playing. Is
Yeah.
more durable.
Yeah.
Um, he's above Aaron Rodgers and Josh Allen for me.
Aaron Rodgers is not in top 30, bro.
No, he's not. No, no. People gonna think we crazy, but the real is the real. But I think Lamar Jackson, he had back to back MVPs, right?
Last year he was MVP. I don't know if he had back to back.
I think it was back to back MVPs.
I think
Or
so. It could be maybe 1 year, then he got skipped, and then did last year he won it maybe.
let me check this because
Yeah, we could be right, we could be wrong.
yeah, I know he has two MVPs though.
Yeah, he does, but I don't think it's back to back.
Yeah, you might be right. I think Mahomes won it. Like I said, like you said, the MVPs is only between him and Mahomes.
Yeah, there's no one else I see that's sniffing that award.
Yeah, okay.
Nobody else.
He won MVP back to back
Oh,
in
he did.
2022 and 2023. Yeah.
Okay, okay. So he could be a 3-time MVP.
That's what I was getting at right there. At this point right now, he would be MVP for me. This dude is doing something. I don't care if they are 2-3. I mean, 3-2. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
they start off slow, and it's only because they had to figure out what to do with Derrick Henry. And I
Mm.
think they didn't know, and I think Harbaugh didn't want to do it like Tennessee done it. But then so much of the if you go look at a lot of sports analysts, Stephen A. Smith, uh, uh, Shannon Sharp, Ocho Cinco, them, everybody was like, listen, feed the monster. Give the
Mm-hmm.
ball to Derrick Henry 20, 30. Because he was, Derrick Henry kind of older, so he was feeling like, oh, I can't do his pitch count like that. But everybody on, all the sports analysts like Derrick Henry is different.
Mm-hmm.
You can feed him. He's durable. He gets stronger as the quarter goes. And I think like after the third game, Harbaugh started feeding him and started seeing that, oh my God, he's a freaking nature.
Hmm.
Dude does not wear down. He gets stronger and stronger as it goes because the defense wears down. At the age of 30-something years old, Derrick Henry is over 30.
Yeah, he is.
He shouldn't be doing what he's doing. He just ran, 22 miles an hour, 21 miles an hour on a touchdown last week, where he outran all the safeties in the corners.
Hmm.
At his height and weight, at his age, he shouldn't be doing it.
Mm.
That is Adrian Peterson 3.0.
Yeah. Well, we already know what the MVP is down to, and again, the award is gonna go to the NFL's favorite player.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? So back then, these awards now for our era, this young era that we're living in right now, bro, is a popularity award. It doesn't have any value or meaning to it anymore like it used to back in the days.
Yep. Yep.
You know what I'm saying? So people will say Patrick Mahomes can win the next 7 MVPs because that's what people like. But they don't understand the amount of numbers and the amount of work Lamar Jackson is doing
This
that
is
this man could win 7 MVPs.
You're correct. You're correct. This is how I try to sum it up. If you take Mahomes and put him in on any of those Baltimore teams, how many Super Bowls does Mahomes have?
Maybe one.
Exactly. All right, now if you put Lamar on those Mahomes teams with the coaching, how many Super Bowls does he have?
5.
You see what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying? Like with the receivers that Mahomes had at first, you know what I'm saying? Even Tyreek Hill and all them that core stays intact with
Yeah.
Lamar there. Like, man, Lamar with Andy Reid.
Mm.
We remember Michael Vick with Andy Reid.
Mm-hmm.
I don't care how you want. Now, Michael Vick was a better passer than Lamar. Michael
Yes.
Vick's arm is very underrated. Left hand,
Yes.
very
Yes.
underrated. It was accurate than a mug, but he was electric. But he didn't he as a runner he wasn't he didn't see the field as well as Lamar Jackson.
Mm. That's a perfect example. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Lamar Jackson, even if it's by 3 inches, he knows how to move a certain way to avoid injury and to avoid a certain contact. Michael Vick did not know how to do that.
Mm. Yeah. Here's my thing too about the MVP award. I think the MVP award should be decided. I get it's a season award, but it should be decided after the first round of the playoffs, because you don't know if, let's just say, Mahomes get eliminated in the first round. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And Lamar
So
keeps on.
how do you do the MVP though for the playoffs though?
Well, obviously you got to go to the person that carried the team to the Super Bowl. Because that's my issue I have here. This is I'm 44 years old, bro, and I've seen a lot of MVPs, right? And last year Lamar did what he had to do.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And it's unfortunate he didn't make it to the Super Bowl. Because
Yeah.
I know for a fact if he made it to the Super Bowl, he would have been Super Bowl MVP.
I'm waiting on him to win. I hope to God Lamar wins because they look at him as he's too dark. He's not the type of quarterback that they want to win. I've yet to see a quarterback like Lamar Jackson win a Super Bowl, and I hope it does because it's going to inspire so many people. And it ain't even just black people. It's so many little young white boys that are different that are not because listen, the pocket quarterback is gone. It's
Yeah,
all
it's non-existent,
all these players want the NFL is dropping the ball with the marketing of Lamar Jackson.
bro.
They
You know
are
how
dropping the
much
ball.
money. Listen, the only thing stopping Lamar from making it to the Super Bowl is Patrick Mahomes in that division. I mean,
That's
in the
it.
conference. That's it.
That's it.
That's it. There's nothing else, and this is why I like the fact that you brought up that point because if you eliminate the conferences, we would love to see Mahomes versus Lamar in the Super Bowl.
Yep, yep,
I
yep.
would love to see that. You know how much money they will make if they find out those two in
Oh,
the Super
it'll be the biggest Super Bowl ever. And I think Lamar beats him in the Super Bowl because Lamar is gonna go. He's tired of losing to Mahomes. He's
Yeah.
gonna go crazy. Like, man, like I said, you got Derrick Henry in the backfield now. I think they crushed the Chiefs because they
Yeah.
don't crush them in a single season. And see, only thing you noticed if you go back and look at all the games that they lost, yeah, they got away from the run, but they all every time they lost to the Chiefs before to get into the Super Bowl, it's always penalty related. A
Mm-hmm.
crazy call. The Chiefs are getting crazy called.
Yeah, but that you know how but the Chiefs are the American team.
Yep, it's no longer Dallas, it's the
It's
Chiefs.
not
It's just
no
like
you got
it was just like it was Brady and them for a minute, you know what I
yeah.
mean?
I get it, American's team is gonna be the Dallas Cowboys, but that's just hypothetically speaking. But the Chiefs has been the face of the NFL for damn near quite some time.
Yeah, that's true. That is true. I
And then now you got Lamar Jackson, and I'm rooting for Lamar Jackson. I'm a Giants fan, but you got to recognize game. Lamar Jackson has literally changed the way a quarterback is supposed to
yeah,
quarterback.
yeah. I'm surprised the NFL hasn't jumped on that a lot more, which is very, very surprising to me. Like, you're missing the opportunity right now. Like, because you're gonna grab every small neighborhood kid if you advertise Lamar Jackson a certain way. If you jump out,
Yeah.
like you're gonna grab all of the stews in a pot, like you're gonna make a perfect gumbo. Like everybody is gonna gravitate to it. The NFL, like NFL, NBA, they losing ratings,
Mm-hmm.
not like it used to be, because the NFL is so scripted now, and you
Mm-hmm.
don't have the favorite players that you want to play anymore. And
Exactly.
the ones that you want to play, they are shunning them out of, the chance to have a fair opportunity.
Yep. And this falls on Roger Goodell because all he's worried about is TV promotions and TV deals, and he
Yep.
doesn't realize that in order for you to get these deals, you got to put the right faces on it. You cannot continue rocking Mahomes knowing that there's people of that caliber, aka Lamar Jackson, who could do the same thing, but
Yep.
a little bit better.
Yep. You know why you know how let's be honest, we know why Mahomes is more marketable. And they ain't got it's not his fault. It's not his fault.
It's not his fault.
If he embraced his black side more, they would push his ass away. He
Boom.
would get calls, they would get him hurt, blah blah this and that. Uh, like I said, I think he's gonna do a game changer later on down the line when he thinks he's secure. He's gonna push. He's gonna push for black players a lot,
Yeah.
and not saying that he don't do enough. He don't do, but you don't hear him mention it.
Yep.
Lamar Jackson he's like you have every let me see how I can word this. Like every generation, you have a certain player,
Mm-hmm.
and they are a people person. And it
Yep.
seems like people person players they don't want in here because for some reason, like you had Michael Vick, Cam Newton, Lamar Jackson, uh, let me see, even and all. You remember the running back we was trying to think from the Cleveland Browns the other night? I told you the white dude was Peyton Hillis, by the way.
Okay.
Not bad. But you have players like that, Tim Tebow, Colin Kaepernick's. You have players like that are all about the audience. They're all about the fans, and those are the people they push out the most. They make them villains the most.
Yup.
I don't know why.
Yup. It sucks. It's like who's this football player that did the same thing? I'm trying to remember who it was. Um, he played for the Panthers. I forgot who it was. Not Cam Newton. It was someone else. He
It
did
wasn't
the same.
Culpepper, was it?
I think it. Huh?
Was it Culpepper?
I don't remember. I'm trying. I'll get his name. If podcast, please forgive me. But he was for the people, and all of a sudden, I think he played 4 years, and he just disappeared. Never heard of him since. I'm trying to remember his name. He was on the. I think he was on the Panthers. I could be wrong, but we watched him play, and all of a sudden, he was gone.
It
Like
wasn't
you know,
Tyrod Taylor, was it?
huh?
Tyrod Taylor?
I don't think so. I don't think so.
You got
I'll get his name.
Jake Delhomme. Let me see.
Jake Delhomme was the quarterback, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
You got Steve Berlin, Kerry Collins.
Nah,
Was it black or white?
it's black. He was. I know. I could be wrong, but I know he's in the NFL. And all of a sudden, out the blue, you never heard from him since. I could be wrong. I could be wrong. It could be the wrong team. You know what I'm saying? But I know he was in the NFL. He spoke a lot about the black community, and then after that, he just vanished. Never heard from him since.
I'm trying to think who it could possibly be.
He even went broke and everything.
I think wait a minute, hold on.
He went broke and everything. Got a normal job and everything.
It wasn't from Washington, was it? It wasn't the
That's what I'm
Redskins?
saying. I could be wrong. I definitely could be wrong. Chad, if you know that person, please put his name up
Yeah, definitely.
because
Definitely.
he played and all of a sudden he disappeared. He went bankrupt, lost his house, and he started working normal jobs and everything. But he was for the community, and
That's how
NFL never protected him.
that's how it is. That's how it is. Um, let's run this. Let's run one up real quick with the Dallas Cowboys.
Please tell me they're losing.
Let's see. Uh, let me add my screen share on. So we
Oh,
on here.
what's that score look like?
6-3.
Cowboys is winning.
Cowboys is only kicking. Yeah, they kicking field goals. Uh, man, I'm very surprised with Justin Fields is turning out to be an awesome fucking player.
Mm-hmm.
Even though he's only 35 yards right now. Dak Prescott has 177 yards, and yet they're only up 3 points.
Wow.
Najee Harris is a disappointment to me.
It's because he's on the Cowboys.
No, Najee Harris, the one that's on Pittsburgh,
Oh,
the running back.
yeah.
I don't. Is Pittsburgh offensive line that bad, or is it he's just not that type of runner?
Yeah, he's on a mental. I think he's on a mental block. Something's really affecting him. He could be way better than what he's displaying on the field.
Absolutely, he should absolutely. Like I thought Najee, he's out of Alabama, right?
I think so. Yeah.
I thought he was gonna be like a monster. And this dude is horrible. And then
But not everybody from Alabama could play ball. You know what I
that's
mean?
true, but Najee had an upside like Derrick Henry at one point.
Yeah.
I don't know. Dak Prescott is 14 from 18, 182 yards. So he's shredding the Steelers defense right now. They don't they saying Zeke is on the decline, but they don't use Zeke enough. They don't run Zeke enough.
Well, I think it was a mistake for Zeke to go back to the Cowboys anyway.
I do too. I absolutely do. I do too.
He
Yep.
should have went to another team. After that whole thing when he left or whatever may have you with the Cowboys the first time, He should have never went back. Well, he was on the Patriots, right?
Yeah, he's on the Patriots. Yep.
Yeah, go to another team, bro. You should have never went back to the Cowboys.
Yep. You're right. You're right. You knew they was gonna scapegoat him, use him as a
Yeah,
scapegoat. You know what I
yeah.
mean?
Now you just showing. Now you just out there. You were the scapegoat for their losses, and now you come back and show face. You should have went to another team, bro.
Yeah, I would have too, honestly. Like shit.
I would have took a pay cut to go somewhere else besides the Cowboys.
He already made his money, plenty of what he needed. If that was the case, he should have never left the Cowboys in the first place.
Yeah,
Even though they pretty much got rid of him. Uh, but I mean, like, come on, Cowboys. The team is. I'm gonna tell you the biggest problem for the Cowboys is Jerry Jones.
always. It's
It's,
never gonna change.
it's never gonna change. It's never.
Nope.
Steven Jones gonna have to force the daddy into retirement.
Listen, the Cowboys are never, ever, ever, ever gonna go anywhere for as long as our kids grow
Yep.
up.
Yep.
That franchise for 27 years has been disappointing. They've been running their mouths. They want to talk smack because of the Giants. They want to talk smack this, talk smack. But as soon as they get to the playoffs and they're a wild card team, they get smoked. And guess what? The circle of life begins again all over again for the
Yeah.
Dallas Cowboys.
Dak folds every time in the playoffs. I don't understand it.
He gets paid too much to be folding.
He folds every time. I'm almost reluctant to say Dak is. He's not a top 5 to me.
Oh hell no.
He don't make it when he's supposed to make it. Dak look. I don't know, man. Like Dak doesn't look super great all the time. Not a lot of times. He just gets a lot of crazy yardage when the game is out of hand or something like that, or he just
I just think that the franchise he's playing for is not it for him.
yeah. Like the defense is overpaid for. They pay too much money out for the defense to be that horrible.
Put him anywhere else, he'll be perfectly fine.
Yep. I agree.
Yeah. Right now he's a top 15 quarterback anyway, so.
Yep. That's agreed. So chat, we ain't gonna hold y'all up too long. We're gonna be in here tomorrow night after the Monday night game.
Mhm.
Tune in. I'm gonna be an extra. We might get a little lit. We might be live tomorrow. Sooner or later, we just letting y'all get comfortable with us now. We're gonna bring y'all comfortably. Then we're gonna start scalding you.
Oh yeah.
We're gonna be needing y'all participation. We want to hear y'all talking, y'all talk, and so we can scald y'all back. That's what we want to do. You know what I'm saying? We want to challenge you. You know what I'm saying? We want y'all to challenge us.
Yes, we were looking. I'm waiting for that challenge. I'm waiting for someone to step up and tell us we're wrong.
Yeah, that's all we waiting on. We waiting on somebody to say wrong. We wrong, so we can get on your top.
That's it.
But we appreciate y'all tuning in to the Sports Circuit. We had a great show. Of course, I'm James Crumble. This is my host, Raul.
Right out of New York, my guys.
You feel me? So y'all don't never know. Kentucky, New York connection, man. It's crazy.
Always.
You know what I mean? So y'all can tune in tomorrow night after the game, and we're gonna be tuning in. Then again, we might do halftime. It's whatever.
5-0. Chiefs are gonna go 5-0.
Oh my god. Whatever. I hope not. All right.